You've probably heard it all before. Think positive, visualize, write it down, feel grateful. Maybe you've even tried affirmations, practiced journaling, and tackled the limiting beliefs holding you back. But let me ask you something real. If you've done all of that, why hasn't your dream life fully arrived yet? Why do some desires feel so close, but still out of reach? What if I told you there's a missing piece, an often misunderstood step that actually turns your inner work into real-world results? That piece is inspired action, and it changes everything. Welcome to a powerful 10-part video series that could shift the way you see yourself, your potential, and the reality you're creating every single day. This isn't just about theory. It's not just about feeling good or staying positive. It's about real alignment between your thoughts, emotions, and actions. In each video, we'll explore a key principle of the law of attraction, breaking it down into practical tools, relatable stories, and step-by-step guidance. From understanding how your thoughts shape your world, to reprogramming your subconscious mind, to staying emotionally aligned even when life feels chaotic, this series is designed to transform not only how you manifest, but who you become in the process. Today, we're diving into the final and perhaps most crucial element of manifestation, inspired action. Because no matter how clear your vision is, if you don't move with it, the energy remains stuck. The law of attraction is not passive, it's participatory. The universe responds to momentum. And when you learn to take action, not out of fear or pressure, but out of inspiration and alignment, things start to shift fast. In this video, you'll discover how to identify those subtle inner nudges, how to trust them, and how to follow through with courage and clarity. If you've ever felt like you're almost there, but something's missing, this may be the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Let's begin. The law of attraction is one of the most powerful principles in the universe, and yet it's also one of the most misunderstood. At its core, the law of attraction says this: what you think, you attract. Your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas, they are energy in motion, broadcasting signals out into the world around you. Every thought carries a frequency. Every emotion carries a vibration. And like a magnet, you draw experiences, people, and opportunities into your life that match the frequency you're emitting. This is not magic. This is not wishful thinking. It's a universal law, just like gravity. You don't have to believe in gravity for it to work. The same goes for the law of attraction. Whether you're aware of it or not, this law is already operating in your life. The question is, are you using it consciously, or is it working against you by default? Let's go deeper. Everything in this universe is made of energy. From the chair you're sitting on, to the phone in your hand, to the thoughts moving through your mind. Everything is vibrating at a certain frequency. And this is where the law of attraction comes into play. When you consistently think a thought, especially when it's charged with strong emotion, you begin to align your energy with the outcome of that thought. If you dwell in thoughts of joy, abundance, love, or peace, you begin to resonate at those frequencies, and the universe responds by bringing matching experiences into your reality. On the other hand, if you're constantly focusing on lack, fear, or frustration, you attract more of the same. This is not about blame. It's about awareness. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner state. The law of attraction operates through a principle known as resonance, like attracts like. It's called vibrational matching, or sometimes frequency alignment. Think of it like tuning a radio. You can't listen to a jazz station if your dial is set to rock. Similarly, you can't receive the frequency of love, prosperity, or healing if your mind is constantly tuned to fear, doubt, or scarcity. The universe doesn't respond to your words. It responds to the energy behind your words. It doesn't react to what you want. It reflects who you are being energetically. That's why someone can say, I want wealth. But if they're dominant, energy is rooted in fear of not having enough, they'll continue to experience financial struggle. The law of attraction doesn't judge or decide. It simply reflects. It mirrors your dominant vibration back to you. Now, let's clear up a common misconception. The law of attraction is not about wishing. It's not about sitting around hoping something good will happen. That's a passive mindset, and the universe does not reward passivity. It's about conscious co-creation. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a powerful creator. Your thoughts are the blueprint. Your emotions are the fuel. Your beliefs are the foundation. When these align, you become magnetic. And that's when things begin to shift, not just internally, but externally. You meet the right people. The right opportunities appear. Synchronicities begin to unfold. This is the natural outcome of energetic alignment. It's also important to understand that the law of attraction is always working. You don't turn it on or off. What changes is your awareness of it. When you realize that your thoughts and emotions are shaping your reality, you begin to take responsibility for your internal state. You stop reacting to life and you start designing it. You become intentional. You become aligned. And alignment is everything. It's the key to manifesting your desires, not through force, but through frequency. So when we say, what you think, you attract, it's not just a catchy phrase. It's a summary of a deep, energetic truth. Every time you think a thought, especially a thought charged with feeling, you're sending out a signal. And that signal is drawing experiences back to you, whether you're aware of it or not. If you want to change your life, you must first change your frequency. You must become the version of you that already lives the life you desire, not tomorrow, not when circumstances improve, but now, because now is where all creation begins. This is the foundation of the law of attraction, and once you truly understand it, not just with your mind, but with your whole being, you'll begin to see the world in a completely new way. You'll stop chasing and start attracting. You'll stop wishing and start aligning. This is where real transformation begins. The law of attraction may seem like a modern idea, especially with its rise in popularity in recent decades, but its roots go back thousands of years. The core principles behind the law of attraction have been present in many ancient philosophies, spiritual traditions, and esoteric teachings throughout history. In ancient Egypt, the Hermetic teachings attributed to Hermes Trismegistus introduced the idea that the universe is mental, that everything originates from thought, and that like attracts like. These principles were later summarized in texts, like the Kybalion, which stated that the all is mind and emphasized vibration, correspondence, and mental causation. These are foundational concepts that mirror the law of attraction as we understand it today. In Eastern philosophies, such as Buddhism and Hinduism, the role of thought, intention, and energy in shaping experience is central. The concept of karma reflects the idea that what you put out into the world through your thoughts, actions, and emotions comes back to you. Similarly, ancient Chinese teachings within Taoism also emphasize harmony, alignment, and the flow of energy, which are all closely related to the practice of attracting through alignment rather than force. As we move into the Enlightenment and Renaissance periods, thinkers like Ralph Waldo Emerson, Napoleon Hill, and Wallace D. Wattles began writing about the power of thought, visualization, and belief. Emerson spoke of the divine nature within every person and how the outer world reflects the inner. Wallace Wattles, in his book, The Science of Getting Rich, taught that a person's ability to think in a certain way and act with faith could bring abundance. Napoleon Hill's iconic work, Think and Grow Rich, further emphasized the role of desire, belief, and persistence in shaping one's destiny. All of these teachings lay the groundwork for what we now call the law of attraction. In the 20th and early 21st centuries, the law of attraction entered the mainstream consciousness through books, seminars, and eventually global media. One of the most influential turning points was the release of The Secret in 2006, both as a film and a best-selling book by Rhonda Byrne. This work brought together many modern teachers and thinkers who emphasized the idea that your thoughts create your reality. The Secret introduced millions of people around the world to the concept of manifestation, visualization, and the power of positive thinking. While it simplified certain aspects of the law of attraction, it sparked curiosity and inspiration in countless individuals who are seeking a new way of living. Since then, the law of attraction has continued to evolve and expand. Countless teachers, coaches, and spiritual leaders have shared their interpretations and methods, from neuroscience-backed practices to deeply spiritual approaches. What was once considered fringe has now become a widely accepted framework for personal growth, emotional mastery, and conscious living. As we look at its history, one thing becomes clear: the law of attraction is not a trend. It is a timeless principle, rediscovered and reinterpreted by every generation, because it speaks to a fundamental truth about who we are and how the universe responds to our energy. One of the biggest misconceptions about the law of attraction is that it's simply about wishing for something and hoping it will appear. Many people confuse it with mere desire, as if wanting something hard enough will somehow bring it into reality. But the law of attraction is not about passive longing or idle hope. It's not just about saying, "I want this," or "I wish that would happen." It goes far deeper. The law of attraction is about energy. It's about alignment. It's about matching your internal frequency with the reality you want to create. Desire alone, without energetic alignment, often leads to frustration, disappointment, and even more lack. That's because the universe does not respond to what you want. It responds to who you are being and what you are feeling in the present moment. To truly activate the law of attraction, you must move beyond surface-level wanting and into the space of energetic embodiment. That means adjusting your internal state, your thoughts, beliefs, and especially your emotions, to be in harmony with the outcome you desire. When you desire something but feel doubt, worry, or unworthiness, your energy sends out a signal of lack. You are essentially affirming, "I don't have this," and the universe reflects that back to you. But when you feel as though you already are, already have, or are already becoming what you desire, your vibration shifts. You no longer seek from a place of absence, you radiate from a place of presence. This is why emotion is the key to the law of attraction. Emotion is energy in motion. It carries a frequency that the universe responds to more strongly than words or thoughts alone. You can speak affirmations all day, but if the emotion behind them is rooted in disbelief or fear, the results will be limited. On the other hand, if your emotions are elevated, if you feel joy, gratitude, excitement, or peace as if your desire is already real, then you activate the vibration that attracts it. That's when you become magnetic. That's when you're no longer just asking, you're aligning. Think of it this way. A wish says, "I hope this happens." A belief says, "I know this is on its way." But an aligned emotional state says, "It's already mine." That shift from wanting to knowing, from hoping to feeling, is the essence of the law of attraction. It's not enough to want. You must become the version of you who already lives in that reality. This is what makes the difference between those who seem to manifest effortlessly and those who struggle despite their desire. It's the emotional signature they carry. It's the inner certainty. The law of attraction does not require perfection. It requires presence. It requires emotional awareness. It invites you to stop broadcasting signals of lack and start embodying signals of abundance, love, and fulfillment. So the next time you set an intention or visualize a goal, don't stop at the image. Go deeper. Ask yourself, how would it feel to already have this? How would I move, breathe, speak, and act if this were already my reality? Begin to generate that feeling now, not later. Let your emotions rise to match the frequency of the life you're calling in. When you do that, your desire is no longer just a thought. It becomes a living energy within you. And that energy is what shapes your reality. This is not about pretending or forcing. It's about choosing to live from the vibration of fulfillment rather than the vibration of longing. That is the true art of deliberate creation through the law of attraction. The law of attraction works through the energy you emit, and the primary sources of that energy are your thoughts and emotions. What you think and how you feel are not passive internal experiences. They are creative forces shaping your external reality in every moment. Positive thoughts lead to positive feelings, and those feelings create a high-frequency vibration that attracts experiences aligned with joy, abundance, love, and peace. On the other hand, negative thoughts generate negative emotions, producing a lower vibration that pulls in more experiences of struggle, scarcity, conflict, and limitation. This is not about punishment or reward. It's about resonance. You get more of what you are energetically tuned into. Your mind is a broadcasting station. Each thought you consistently think sends out a signal. But it's not just the thought alone that matters. It's the emotional charge behind it. A thought with no emotional weight has little impact. But a thought infused with strong emotion becomes a powerful magnet. That's why two people can say the same affirmation and get completely different results. One feels it deeply and believes it. The other says it with doubt or apathy. The universe responds to the vibration, not just the words. When your thoughts and feelings are in harmony, you enter a state of coherence. This coherence creates clarity, confidence, and momentum. It aligns your energy with the life you truly desire. Let's look at some practical examples. Imagine someone constantly focused on wealth, but their inner dialogue is filled with worry about money, fear of not having enough, or resentment toward people who are financially successful. Even though they want to attract abundance, their dominant vibration is rooted in lack. That vibration becomes a magnet for more lack. Bills pile up, opportunities feel blocked. The feeling of not enough becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now contrast that with someone who may not yet have financial freedom, but chooses to feel gratitude for what they do have. They imagine abundance. They speak about opportunities. They carry an inner sense of growth and possibility. Even if their current reality hasn't changed, their vibration is already aligned with prosperity, and that alignment begins to shift what shows up in their life. The same applies to health. A person constantly focused on symptoms, pain, or fear of illness radiates stress and tension. That energy can weaken the immune system and create a cycle of fear and physical discomfort. But someone who focuses on wellness, who visualizes strength and healing, and who speaks kindly to their body is tuning into a higher frequency. Their body responds to that signal. Healing begins at the level of energy before it becomes visible in the body. This doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means focusing your energy on the outcome you desire rather than the problem you fear. Your attention is your power. Where you place it determines what grows in your experience. Relationships are another powerful example. If you are constantly thinking about loneliness, betrayal, or heartbreak, you're projecting that energy into your interactions. You may unconsciously push people away or attract others who reflect your fears. But if you focus on love, connection, and self-worth, Even before a partner appears, you begin to radiate the kind of energy that draws love toward you. You become the embodiment of the relationship you want. You attract people who mirror your frequency, not your fantasy. This is how the law of attraction works, not by chance, but by energetic alignment. Your emotions are the guidance system of your vibration. When you feel good, uplifted, inspired, peaceful, that's a sign you're in alignment with your higher self and your desires. When you feel anxious, angry, or hopeless, it's not because you're bad or broken. It's simply a signal that your current thoughts are out of sync with your true path. And you can change that. You can shift your focus. You can choose a better feeling thought. That choice, repeated over time, changes your frequency. And when your frequency changes, your reality follows. The law of attraction is not about ignoring reality. It's about consciously creating it. It's about understanding that your inner world and outer world are reflections of each other. When you take ownership of your thoughts and emotions, you take back your creative power. You move from reaction to intention. You stop living by default and start living by design. This is how the law of attraction operates in everyday life, not as a distant concept, but as a practical tool you use with every thought, every feeling, and every choice. Whether it's money, health, love, or fulfillment, it all begins within. What you focus on expands. What you feel becomes your frequency. And your frequency is the blueprint of your future. Choose it wisely. Align it deliberately. And trust that the universe is always listening. The subconscious mind plays a central role in how the law of attraction functions in your life. You can think of it as the executor, the silent force that carries out the instructions given by your dominant beliefs, feelings, and mental patterns. While your conscious mind may set intentions and speak affirmations, it is your subconscious that determines whether those intentions are fully received, supported, and allowed into your reality. The law of attraction responds not just to what you consciously say you want, but more powerfully to what your subconscious truly believes to be possible for you. That's why someone can repeat a positive affirmation over and over, yet see no change in their outer world. If their subconscious mind is still holding on to limiting beliefs, such as, "I'm not worthy," "it's hard to succeed," or "good," "things never happen to me," then those beliefs continue to shape their energy and vibration beneath the surface. The universe does not respond to the surface. It mirrors what is most dominant in your vibration. And much of that comes from your subconscious programming. The subconscious mind is like fertile soil. Whatever seeds, beliefs, ideas, emotions you plant in it repeatedly will grow, whether those seeds are positive or negative. This programming begins early in life. From childhood, we absorb messages from our environment, our parents, our culture, and our experiences. These messages, repeated over time, form our inner blueprint for what we think is possible, what we expect, and what we allow ourselves to receive. Many of these beliefs are formed without our conscious awareness. They become automatic filters that influence how we perceive the world and what we attract into our lives. If you were told growing up that money is evil, that love always ends in pain, or that you have to struggle to succeed, those beliefs may be running silently in the background of your mind, affecting your energy and decisions every day. Understanding the power of the subconscious helps explain why just wanting something is not enough. You may consciously desire abundance, but if your subconscious equates wealth with danger or guilt, your energy will block it. You may long for a loving relationship, but if you subconsciously fear rejection or believe you're unlovable, you'll unconsciously push love away. The law of attraction is impartial. It reflects your dominant vibration, not your fleeting wishes. That's why deep inner work identifying and shifting limiting beliefs is essential to truly align with what you want to manifest. When your conscious desires and subconscious beliefs are in harmony, your energy becomes clear and powerful. That alignment is what creates breakthroughs, flow, and ease in your manifestations. Reprogramming the subconscious is not about control, it's about transformation. It involves becoming aware of the beliefs you've been carrying, questioning whether they still serve you, and intentionally replacing them with new, empowering beliefs. This is a process of inner alignment. One of the most effective ways to begin reprogramming your subconscious is through repetition and emotion. The subconscious responds to consistent messages, especially when they are emotionally charged. That's why affirmations, visualization, and gratitude practices can be so effective when done with feeling and consistency. They begin to overwrite old patterns and install new ones. Meditation, self-reflection, and even techniques like journaling or guided hypnosis can also help bring subconscious beliefs to the surface, allowing you to heal and reframe them. It's important to know that change doesn't have to be instant to be real. Rewiring the subconscious takes patience, but every time you choose a new thought, feel a new emotion, or take a new action, you are sending a new signal. And over time, those signals become stronger than the old ones. You begin to shift your default settings. Your internal world begins to mirror your new vision, and the law of attraction responds in kind. Your results begin to change, not because of luck, but because your energy is different. You're no longer attracting from a place of fear, doubt, or limitation. You're radiating confidence, clarity, and worthiness. In this video series, we will explore subconscious reprogramming in more depth, offering practical techniques and tools you can use daily to align your inner world with your desired outcomes. For now, simply become aware that your subconscious is always listening, it's always learning, and it's always creating. The more intentional you are with the thoughts and feelings you repeat, the more empowered your subconscious becomes to support your highest vision. When your conscious mind and subconscious mind work together, the law of attraction becomes not just a concept, but a lived, powerful reality. Sometimes the best way to understand the law of attraction is not through theory, but through lived experience. Stories have a way of making abstract ideas feel real, personal, and deeply relatable. Across the world, countless people have shared moments where they felt the law of attraction at work, moments where their thoughts, emotions, and energy aligned so powerfully that their external world shifted in ways that felt effortless and even miraculous. Let's explore a few of these stories to ground the concept in real-life examples, and perhaps even help you reflect on moments in your own life when this universal law may have already been at play. One man, after struggling for years in his career, decided to change his approach. Instead of focusing on lack, frustration, and constant stress, he committed to visualizing a version of himself who was already successful, fulfilled, and respected in his field. Every morning, before starting his day, he would close his eyes and see himself confidently walking into a new office, shaking hands with inspiring colleagues, and feeling a deep sense of purpose. He didn't know how or when it would happen, but he practiced this consistently for a few minutes each day. Within 6 months, he was offered a position at a new company in a role almost identical to the one he had been imagining. It wasn't magic, it was alignment. His energy had shifted. His belief in possibility had opened a new timeline of opportunities. He didn't force it, he attracted it. Another woman, who had been single for years and quietly doubted whether love would ever find her again, chose to shift her inner story. Instead of focusing on loneliness or disappointment, she began cultivating feelings of love within herself. She made space in her home for a future partner. She wrote letters to the partner she hadn't met yet, expressing gratitude for the connection they would one day share. She practiced being the kind of person she wanted to attract: loving, open, compassionate. Without dating apps or desperate searching, someone came into her life through a completely unexpected introduction. They connected instantly, and their relationship grew from a place of ease and mutual resonance. What changed was not the world, it was her frequency. She became a vibrational match to the love she desired. Then there's the story of a young man who had always struggled financially. Raised with beliefs that money was hard to earn and only came to certain people, he carried deep emotional resistance to wealth. But after learning about the law of attraction, he decided to experiment with shifting his money mindset. He began to practice gratitude for every financial exchange, even the small ones. He kept a journal where he recorded every time money came to him, even coins he found on the ground. He also started affirming, with real feeling, that abundance was flowing into his life in expected and unexpected ways. Over time, he began to notice new ideas coming to him. He followed a hunch and started a small online service that slowly gained traction. A year later, that business became his main source of income, giving him more freedom than he had ever imagined. The outer results were impressive, but what made them possible was the internal shift. The law of attraction responded to his new belief system and emotional alignment, not just his effort. These stories are not about luck or coincidence. They are examples of how the law of attraction manifests when thoughts, emotions, and beliefs become aligned with a desired outcome. And they're not rare. If you pause and think about your own life, you might begin to notice moments where your energy preceded your experience. Perhaps there was a time you were thinking about a friend and they suddenly called you. Or you imagined a certain job opportunity and soon it appeared. Or you were in a state of joy and everything that day seemed to go your way. These moments are not random. They are feedback. They are signals that your vibration and your reality are closely linked. Take a moment now to reflect. Has there ever been a time when something showed up in your life right after you were thinking about it? Have you ever felt that things just clicked when you were in a state of confidence, gratitude, or peace? These are your own personal confirmations that the law of attraction is real, that it's active, and that you are already engaging with it, whether consciously or unconsciously. The more aware you become, the more intentional you can be. This is why self-awareness is so important. When you begin to track your thoughts, observe your emotional patterns, and take ownership of your inner world, you gain access to your true, creative power. These stories serve not to impress, but to remind you that you are not separate from the creative intelligence of the universe. You are part of it, and the law of attraction is not something outside of you. It's operating through you right now. With every belief you hold, with every thought you repeat, and with every emotion you cultivate, you are shaping the direction of your life. So let these examples inspire you. Let them be proof that this process is not only possible, it is accessible. And as we continue this journey together, you'll be invited to explore your own stories, your own energy, and the unique way the law of attraction is already unfolding in your world. Understanding the law of attraction is not just about learning a spiritual principle or following a popular trend. It is about reclaiming the power you already possess to shape your own reality. When you truly understand how the law of attraction works, you move from being a passive observer of your life to an active creator. You begin to realize that you are not a victim of circumstances. You are not at the mercy of random events or external conditions. You are the one who directs the course of your experience through your focus, your emotions, and your beliefs. This is not about blame. It is about empowerment. It is about stepping into the truth that you have more influence over your life than you've been taught to believe. The law of attraction puts the responsibility back in your hands, not as a burden, but as a gift. When you understand this law, you stop waiting for things to change outside of you. You stop blaming others for your unhappiness. You stop giving your power away to situations, people, or systems. Instead, you start looking inward. You begin to notice how your thoughts are shaping the way you see the world. You begin to recognize how your emotional state is influencing what you attract. And most importantly, you realize that you have the ability to shift it at any moment. That realization is freedom. Because once you take responsibility for your inner world, you unlock the ability to transform your outer world. Taking responsibility for your thoughts and emotions does not mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is perfect. It means becoming aware of how you respond to life. It means recognizing that your interpretation of events, not just the events themselves, determines your experience. Two people can go through the same situation and have completely different outcomes, simply because of the mindset and energy they bring to it. One may spiral into despair, while the other finds strength and growth. The difference is not the circumstance. It is the perspective. And perspective is something you can choose. That is the power of conscious awareness. When you claim responsibility for your energy, you stop reacting to life and start creating it. You stop chasing validation, approval, or external success as a way to feel whole. Instead, you begin to cultivate those feelings within yourself first, knowing that your external reality will reflect what you consistently radiate. This is how true self-mastery begins. You become less triggered by negativity. You become less attached to outcomes. You become more present, more aligned, and more empowered to respond rather than react. This shift alone can change everything from your relationships to your health to your sense of purpose. Many people move through life feeling powerless, waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, or the right person to save them. But the law of attraction teaches you that the right time is now. The right opportunity is the one you create through your vibration. And the only person who can truly shift your life is you. This is not just motivational talk. It is a fundamental truth of energy. What you think, feel, and believe today is planting the seeds of your tomorrow. The question is, are you planting unconsciously from fear or consciously from faith and alignment? As you begin to live with this awareness, you will notice a subtle but profound transformation. Life no longer feels like something that is happening to you. It begins to feel like something you are participating in, guiding and shaping moment by moment. Challenges become opportunities to realign. Delays become invitations to trust. Setbacks become reminders to return to your inner power. This mindset does not eliminate difficulties, but it changes how you face them. It gives you tools to stay centered, clear, and empowered no matter what life presents. The law of attraction reminds you that you are never stuck. You are simply vibrating at a frequency that matches where you are now. If you want to shift your life, you must first shift your frequency. And that shift begins within, by owning your thoughts and emotions. By choosing your focus and energy deliberately, you begin to take control of the one thing that truly matters, your vibration. And from that place, everything else begins to shift naturally. So understanding the law of attraction is not just important. It is essential for anyone who wants to live with intention, with clarity, and with a sense of personal power. It offers a new lens through which to view yourself and your reality. It shows you that change is not only possible, it is inevitable when you shift your inner world. You are the architect of your experience. You are the artist of your vibration. You are not here to merely survive. You are here to create, to grow, and to express the fullness of who you really are. The law of attraction is not something outside of you. It is within you. And when you truly embrace it, you begin to live not as a reactor to life, but as the conscious creator of it. Unlocking your infinite potential begins with understanding that there is far more within you than you have ever been taught to believe. You are not limited by your past, your circumstances, or even your current self-image. The truth is, most People live far below their full capacity, not because they are lacking, but because they are conditioned to believe in limitation. They inherit beliefs from family, culture, and early experiences that whisper things like "you're not good enough," "success is for other people," or "you need to struggle to achieve anything meaningful." These beliefs become invisible walls, shaping what you think is possible. But the law of attraction invites you to tear those walls down. It shows you that the only true limits are the ones you accept in your mind and carry in your energy. When you begin to work with the law of attraction, consciously, you open the doorway to your higher potential. You realize that your thoughts are not just opinions. They are creative forces. You understand that your emotions are not random. They are signals, aligning you with frequencies that shape your experience. You start to see that every area of your life, your career, your finances, your relationships, your health, and your personal growth is not fixed. It is fluid. It is responsive to your inner world. The law of attraction is not about pretending challenges don't exist. It is about aligning with the energy that allows you to rise above them and transform them from within. Let's begin with career. Many people feel stuck in jobs that drain their energy or limit their potential. They believe they have no choice. But when you start aligning your thoughts and emotions with the kind of work that excites you, challenges you, and fulfills you, something begins to shift. You start to notice new ideas. You meet new people. You begin to feel courage where there used to be fear. That's not coincidence. It's resonance. The more you embody the version of yourself who already lives that career, the more opportunities begin to reflect that energy. Whether you want to start a business, change industries, or rise in your current field, the process begins with your internal alignment. In the realm of finances, the law of attraction helps you break through scarcity thinking. If you were taught that money is hard to come by, or that wanting wealth is selfish, those beliefs can block the flow of abundance. But abundance is not just about having more. It is about feeling supported, empowered, and free. When you shift your beliefs about money, when you feel gratitude for what you already have, and when you open yourself to the idea that you are worthy of receiving more, your financial reality begins to evolve. You start to attract ideas, partnerships, and solutions that reflect your new mindset. You move from chasing money to magnetizing it, from struggling to receiving. And this happens not because of luck, but because of alignment. Relationships also transform when you apply the law of attraction. Instead of looking for someone to complete you, you begin to become the version of yourself who is already whole, loving, and secure. You shift from seeking love out of need to radiating love out of abundance. That shift changes everything. You attract people who mirror your new vibration. You heal old patterns. You set better boundaries. You open your heart with confidence, not fear. Whether you're calling in a soulmate, deepening an existing connection, or healing from past heartbreak, the law of attraction empowers you to change your energy first, and your relationships follow. When it comes to health, the connection between your thoughts, emotions, and physical body is undeniable. Stress, resentment, fear, and hopelessness are not just emotions. They are energetic frequencies that affect your biology. But so are hope, joy, calm, and self-love. When you begin to align with thoughts that uplift you, emotions that soothe you, and beliefs that honor your body's intelligence, you create the inner environment for healing and vitality. The law of attraction does not replace medical care. It enhances your capacity to respond, to recover, and to energize your body through alignment and intention. Health is not just physical, it is energetic, and your energy begins in your thoughts and feelings. Personal growth is perhaps the most expansive area where the law of attraction reveals your infinite potential. You are not the same person today that you were a year ago. you are constantly evolving. But the speed and direction of your growth depend on your consciousness. When you use the law of attraction to focus on expansion, on becoming more of who you are meant to be, you begin to uncover gifts, talents, and strengths you didn't even know you had. You begin to take bold actions, speak with more clarity, and show up in life with greater presence. You stop playing small and start trusting the vision you carry within. Your dreams are not random. They are signals from your higher self, calling you to step into more. And with alignment, consistency, and belief, you can. Every time you break through a limiting belief, you reclaim more of your power. Every time you choose trust over fear, you raise your vibration. Every time you take inspired action in alignment with your vision, you shift the trajectory of your life. The law of attraction is not here to promise ease without effort. It is here to remind you that effort fueled by alignment is unstoppable. You are not born to shrink. You are born to rise, to express, to expand, to create. Your potential is not something you need to chase. It is something you allow, unlock, and embody. And once you do, there are no limits to what you can experience, receive, or become. Living a more meaningful life begins with the decision to align your existence with something greater than daily survival. It means choosing to live, not just by habit or obligation, but by intention, passion, and a deep sense of purpose. At the core of the law of attraction is the idea that you are not here by accident. You are not just a body moving through time. You are a conscious, energetic being with a unique frequency, a distinct calling, and an inner compass that constantly points toward your higher self. When you understand and apply the law of attraction, you begin to awaken to that deeper purpose, not as a vague dream, but as a real and guiding force in your life. A meaningful life is not necessarily a perfect life, or one without struggle. It is a life where every experience, even the painful ones, serves your growth, your awakening, and your alignment with who you truly are. When you live in alignment with purpose, you don't need to chase validation from others. You don't need to seek constant distraction or external success to feel fulfilled. You feel anchored, clear, and alive because you know you're on the right path, no matter where you currently are. One of the most powerful effects of the law of attraction is that it tunes you into your inner truth. It helps you quiet the noise of comparison, fear, and conditioning so that you can hear what your soul is really calling for. And once you begin to follow that voice, even in small ways, your entire vibration shifts. You move from confusion to clarity, from frustration to peace, from feeling lost to feeling found within yourself. Meaning is not something you stumble upon. It is something you create by choosing alignment over distraction, authenticity over performance, and presence over escape. The law of attraction reminds you that your outer world is always reflecting your inner world. So if your life feels meaningless, chaotic, or uninspired, it's not because you're broken. It's a signal that something inside you is ready to be realigned. When you take time to tune into your heart, to ask what really matters to you, to listen to the subtle pull of what lights you up, you begin to access your own inner map. That map does not come from logic alone. It comes from resonance. It comes from joy, passion, curiosity, and intuition. These are not random feelings. They are your inner guidance system, pointing you toward what your soul came here to express. Living with purpose also means embracing your unique path. Too often we compare ourselves to others and measure our worth by external metrics. But a meaningful life is not about being better than anyone else. It's about being deeply, authentically you. It's about using your gifts, your voice, your story, and your energy to contribute something valuable to the world, whether that's through your work, your art, your relationships, or simply your presence. The law of attraction supports this by responding to your truest frequency. When you stop trying to be who others expect you to be and start aligning with who you truly are, the universe begins to open doors that match your authenticity. You no longer have to force your way forward. You begin to flow. You begin to attract experiences, people, and opportunities that reflect your deepest values and highest intentions. That is when life begins to feel meaningful, not just because of what you're doing, but because of who you're being while you do it. Joy and fulfillment are natural outcomes of living a meaningful life, but they don't come from getting everything you want. They come from knowing that your life matters, that your presence makes a difference, and that you are living in alignment with your inner truth. The law of attraction amplifies whatever vibration you hold consistently. So when you cultivate a sense of meaning, when you focus on gratitude, contribution, creativity, and growth, you draw more of those experiences into your reality. Joy becomes your baseline, not because life is perfect, but because you've chosen to live on purpose. Even on difficult days, that sense of meaning becomes your anchor. It reminds you why you started, it keeps you centered, and it gives you the strength to continue creating from a place of love, vision, and alignment. The most beautiful part of this journey is that meaning is not one size fits all. For one person, it may be raising a family with love and wisdom. For another, it may be building a mission-driven business. For someone else, it might be traveling the world, creating art, or supporting others through healing. There is no right or wrong purpose. There is only resonance. What lights you up may not make sense to others, and that's okay. The law of attraction is not about living by society's rules. It's about tuning into your own inner guidance and allowing it to lead you toward a life that feels aligned, alive, and deeply fulfilling. When you give yourself permission to follow what feels meaningful to you, you begin to live a life that is rich in joy, deep in connection, and full of presence. This is the gift of understanding the law of attraction. It goes beyond manifesting material things. It helps you manifest a life that feels true. A life where you wake up each day with a sense of direction, a sense of gratitude, and a sense of contribution, where you know that you are not just reacting to life, but consciously shaping it through your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. A meaningful life is not something you wait for. It is something you create. And with the law of attraction as your ally, that creation becomes not only possible, but inevitable. As we reach the end of this powerful first video in your journey through the law of attraction, let us take a moment to breathe in everything you've just absorbed and truly feel the shift that has begun. You've now discovered that the law of attraction is not fantasy, nor wishful thinking, nor passive longing. It is a foundational principle that governs the energy of the universe, operating with precision and neutrality, always responding to the frequency you emit through your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. You've learned that what you consistently focus on, think about, and feel becomes the magnet that pulls similar vibrations into your experience. Whether you are aware of it or not, you are constantly influencing your reality by the internal signals you send. You've seen that the law of attraction functions much like gravity. It does not require belief to operate, but awareness and alignment can radically amplify its results. Through this exploration, you've also awakened to a deeper understanding that your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas. They are energetic commands. Your emotions are not just reactions. They are vibrational frequencies. Together, they form the energetic blueprint of your future. Most importantly, you now recognize that you are not a passive player in the theater of life. You are the creator, the author, the conductor of your own frequency. With this awareness comes profound empowerment. You no longer have to wait for something outside of you to change. You no longer have to blame circumstances or hold on to outdated stories of limitation. You are not stuck. You are simply vibrating at a pattern that matches where you've been. And now, with understanding and intention, you can shift. You can elevate. You can align. This is the beginning of a new way of living, one in which you step into your role as a conscious creator. And this beginning, though powerful, is only the foundation. What comes next is the embodiment of this knowledge. It is time to take what you've learned and apply it to your everyday life in real, grounded, transformative ways. In the upcoming video, you will discover how your thoughts, when charged with intention and consistency, become bridges to the reality you desire. You will learn the mechanics behind positive thinking, not as blind optimism, but as a vibrational recalibration. You will see why affirmations work when they come from belief, how your focus becomes your filter, and why shifting your mental patterns can unlock possibilities you never imagined. That is why your next step is crucial. The path of the law of attraction is not just about understanding, it is about integration. Every insight must be lived, breathed, and embodied to become your new energetic baseline. So I invite you now to continue this journey with us. Click on the next video in this series titled The Power of Positive Thinking: How to Turn Thoughts into Reality. Inside, we will break down the step-by-step methods for transforming your mental habits, strengthening your inner focus, and creating coherence between what you want and who you are becoming. This next step will show you how to harness the full magnetic force of your thoughts and emotions so that your inner world and outer world begin to move in harmony. If you've ever struggled with self-doubt, mental chatter, or inconsistent focus, this next video is going to give you the clarity and practical tools you need to move forward. If this video has already sparked something within you, if you felt a moment of truth, of resonance, of empowerment, then I urge you to subscribe to this channel now, because this is only one of 10 transformative videos in this series. Each one is carefully designed to guide you deeper into the art of conscious manifestation. Together, they form a full blueprint for shifting your energy, releasing subconscious blocks, activating your purpose, and becoming the embodied version of your highest self. So don't miss any part of this transformational experience. Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you're instantly informed as each new video is released. This way, you remain in momentum, in flow, and in vibrational coherence with your intention to grow. And now, I want to turn it over to you, because this space is not just about listening, it's about connecting. It's about sharing. It's about building a community of conscious creators who support, inspire, and reflect each other's journey. Have you ever experienced the law of attraction in your own life? Has there been a moment, big or small, when your thoughts and emotions seem to line up perfectly with a real-world outcome? Maybe you've manifested a job, a relationship, a breakthrough, or a moment of peace exactly when you needed it most. Or maybe you've struggled with doubt and want to hear how others have moved through the same fears. Whatever your story, I invite you to share it in the comments below. Your voice matters. Your energy adds to this collective space. And your reflection may be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. When you share, you reinforce your own alignment. When you speak your truth, you activate your power. This community is built on resonance, and every comment creates a ripple that moves far beyond the screen. Finally, let this be your reminder. The law of attraction is always working. The only question is whether you are using it consciously or unconsciously. Right now, in this moment, you have the choice to align, to recalibrate, and to begin again with clarity. So ask yourself, what do I want to feel today? Who do I want to become in this season of life? What energy am I willing to embody consistently, knowing it will shape my next chapter? Let those questions guide you. Let this awareness fuel you. And let this video be the doorway to your new beginning. You are powerful. You are intentional. You are ready. The universe is listening. And now, it's your move. Click the link on the screen or in the description to watch the next video. Subscribe to stay aligned with every step of this transformational series. And drop your story, your breakthrough, or even your question in the comments so we can grow. Together, this is only the start. Let's keep going. Let's keep expanding. And let's keep manifesting the life that already exists within you, waiting to be expressed fully, fearlessly, and vibrationally. The path is open. Let's walk it. Together, watch the next video now.